as well. My guest today is attorney Rob Solomon. We're focusing on landlord-tenant law. So, Rob, let's go ahead and take some phone calls. And first on the line is Randy from Cocoa. Randy, you're on News Talk WDBO. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Sandy.
Hey, Sandy, go ahead.
The realtors typically do write the lease for the landlord. And what is the typical cost if an attorney writes up the lease?
Good question. Let me back up just a minute and say that landlords typically use what's called a FAR bar lease, which is available even online, that kind of lease, and better than the Office Depot lease, but I think rather confusing and doesn't catch all the new issues that come up in landlord-tenant cases. So I'm glad that somebody is at least getting halfway there. A lease should be able to be prepared in less than an hour, meaning somebody has consulted with you, they've written the lease, gotten you back into the office, and made corrections. So whatever their hourly rate, whatever that is, in my case it's $250 an hour, something less than that. And you should be able to, and that attorney should give it to you in multiples, that lease in multiples with blanks, so that you can use it repeatedly so that you get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah, I think what you're actually saying, Rob, is that you could put it in a Microsoft Word format, and once they've got the basic form, they can use it again and again.
That's right, and you should, so that you for dollar, it should be no more expensive than going to Office Depot. And
Sandy, one thing I want to point out is that there are some very important terms out there that you often don't find in a blank Office Depot lease or maybe in the FAR bar form. And one of them, for example, is how many adults and how many children can live in your home. I think that's very important to have in there. A lot of leases would not have that in there.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. And there are several other terms that I don't see in FAR bar leases that I'd like to see in there that explain, what happens in a variety of common circumstances that often lead to eviction problems. When you have it done in English, when it's not in Latin, but it's done in English and it's easy to read, you'll do much better the time you have to go to court or you have to evict somebody. The judge will be so happy that you have put the time and money into solving these problems right in the lease itself.
All right, Sandy, thank you for your call. Let's go to James.